Go Create going ahead and doing Hog. Okay. So we got a Warthog on both teams with a Helix and a Neo. A little bit of variety here. Seeing a lot of Hogs, seeing a lot of Helix. Yeah, ProProProPro. Going ahead and flying that Neo. Neo being that stealth mech. It's able to cloak. It's able to do things in secret. Going ahead and just drilling on that outpost for no reason. StoikVA, aka Minx. Just selecting the loadouts, wondering what kind of tricks are we going to have to pull. Because ProProProPro is a pretty good player. Even 2v1 is going to be a pretty hard fight. Just saying. So it'll be interesting to see. All right, here we go. On the left-hand side, we've got Mad Depression. We have ProProProPro and gocreate01 just drilling on this left-hand corner post. They are together. They are lethal. We've got a Warthog. We've got a Neo. They are both purple, even though they're also blue. Meanwhile, on the blue team, we have a Warthog and we have a Helix. We've got StoikVA, aka Minx, and Grizzn, who have already captured their right corner outpost and are moving on to that first outpost. Grizzn working that air to ground, wiping that turret off the face of the earth. StoikVA, meanwhile, using those Helix missiles to try and kill as many brutes as possible. Now, meanwhile, on the Carbon team, ProProProPro and gocreate have already neutralized their outpost and are dropping some creeps in now, moving up to the next outpost. So pretty fast-paced progression going on right now. So Grizzn and Minx have already taken their outpost. They're going to be stepping up as well, but currently no damage has been done. ProPro has cloaked around and he's just having a good look, seeing what he can take out. Noticing these mass Rocketeers from Minx and going ahead and taking out as many as he can. If he had not scouted, the only time he would see those is when 300 of them show up at his front door. It can be hard to switch your strategies to counter something if you have no idea what you're trying to counter. So ProPro sees all. We have Grizzn and Minx going ahead neutralizing this post. They've got a firm presence right here. ProPro can try to do some harass, but he's not going to be able to kill a whole lot. So really what he's trying to do is pick off the infantry to delay that capture, because if he can prevent the outpost from getting captured, what he's going to do is he's going to slow down that overall income rate. He's going to choke all the income. Also doing stasis, which is a good area of effect damage on all of those Rocketeers. These are all damaged now, and they're not going to heal themselves. Scouting again, just looking if there's any easy kinds of damage he can do. Grizzn and Minx. Minx, meanwhile, is going to just keep spamming out Rocketeers, keep spamming out Rocketeers. Got 4 radar guardians, so we can't see her vision right now, but she can see pretty much the entire mini-map. Those radar guardians expanding her radar vision. Now, ProPro does see these lockboxes, does immediately bring those back and sell those for that little bit of extra cash. Each lockbox he sells is going to be worth about a full Longhorn. Minx, scouted by ProPro, unbeknownst to her, ProPro going ahead and dropping many anti-air units. He knows these Rocketeers are here. He knows they're following her. So he goes ahead and drops mass flackers, stasises all of them. He may still lose this outpost nonetheless, loses it. Now, he's still got that anti-air. Minx does not have much that can attack ground. They're using their mechs for that. And the Rocketeers, since they do count as air units, the AA should be able to kill them anyway. But Grizzn taking out ProProProPro, this Rocketeer strategy actually working out despite the scout, despite knowing that it was coming, despite building all those anti-air. He's been unable to deal with it yet. So Minx is just going to go to the very next post, the most undefended one, neutralize it as well as she can, drop all the Rocketeers in and capture it. If she can deprive the Carbon team of this ground, then they won't be able to make a comeback because they won't have the money to make any units. gocreate just using his Warthog, trying to get all the kills he can, but gets taken down by Grizzn, the other Warthog, because the chain gun really is just that good. Now, ProPro's trying to use some airfire, trying to whip out some extra flackers, but the air to ground from that Hog is going to be able to wipe out most of these little units before he's able to build any sort of critical mass. At this point, Blue is going to start transitioning into tanks, and they're going to try and hammer the nail in the coffin. Carbon team has pulled their front units back. They realize they're not doing a whole lot, that they need these on the front, so ProPro has re-coordinated those units. They're going to be able to neutralize this second post and keep blue team from pumping out those Rocketeers. Oh, but Grizzn with boomers, aka creeps, gonna light themselves on fire, gonna explode all over these tanks in the most graphic way possible. There's no anti-infantry in this composition. It's all anti-air, so those creeps are actually going to get a lot of work done. Now, ProPro has stabilized with gocreate. And Mad Depression, while they may be mad depressed, have actually managed to take out the greater clump of those Rocketeers. And at this point, there is no big blue clump that they're fighting anymore. In fact, blue team's upkeep has fallen back all the way down to 72. StoikVA going ahead and selling some of those lockboxes, recognizing that they still have the advantage. They have not lost this game. They did not lose the initiative. And going ahead and just getting as much money and padding that lead as much as possible. Going ahead and building another pile of Rocketeers, adopting the philosophy that if it ain't broke, it's broken. Just going to go ahead, build more Rocketeers. Since they worked the first time, they'll probably work again. But now, ProPro's actually gotten this anti-air army. You've got tons of flackers. gocreate as well with that Warthog. You know, you don't have to be a professional at this game to hold the left mouse button, so Grizzn gets completely wiped off of that outpost. All his units are going to immediately go down, and this left outpost is going to quickly go back under Carbon control. Carbon team sees another clump of Rocketeers. Mink's falling back with those Rocketeers, doesn't want to get them all killed at once, but flying over a bunch of neutral anti-air. Several neutral seekers have spawned both on the left side and the right side of this map, as well as neutrals to the left and right. So StoikVA has just disconnected Brownie Face. We're after 5 minutes. I don't know if that's worth a remake or not.
Last place.
I don't think that's a rage quit, because she's still got a pretty good position on this map. Well, that's about to change. All these Rocketeers are kind of sitting still. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, the PC crashed. Airmech shot itself in the foot.